Well, hello, my friends. I am Dean the Turkey Legster, and I'm back. It's another Tuesday night, and I'm here with Let's Talk Turkey again. This is my stream. I try to do every Tuesday, but it ends up being most Tuesdays. And I was I was dealing with some things last Tuesday, and I did not go live. That was kind of a bummer. I was It was going to be a big celebration stream, and things happened. And I was Captain Mickey Mouse. Hello, welcome in. So yeah, last week just things happened. I'm gonna talk about all of that. And Amanda, welcome in. Um, so yeah, we got a lot of things to talk about 2 weeks worth. I'm gonna wait a couple of minutes, let some people pop in here. Um, and I sent I sent the I may have some folks joining me on the here on the stream um later, a little bit later in the stream. But yeah. So I hope everyone's having a good Tuesday. I'm having a good week. Sunday was my birthday. That is why I'm wearing the hat, which Captain Mickey Mouse is liking. Um, I am wearing my happy birthday button from Walt Disney World. I'll be talking about Walt Disney World later on in the stream as well. But so everyone watching live, thank you so much. Everyone watching on the replay, thank you so much. If everyone wouldn't mind bop the like button if you have not already. All of you on the replay, leave me a comment, say hello, let me know so that I know you watched. Doesn't have to be anything long or fancy, just a quick hello. It could even just be hashtag um, replay or team replay or something like that, or just great stream. But just something to let you know, to let me know that I watched. Um, Thank you, Captain Mickey Mouse. I'm going to be talking about that in just a moment, but thank you so much. That's one of the celebrations that I am. If you noticed the subtitle of this stream, it is called Celebrations of All Kinds. And I was really trying to come up with a title that worked. And that's what I came up with. And I'm going to try to tie everything that I need to talk about into celebrating, and just acknowledging the beauty of everything. Before I get into everything about me, I do want to talk about a cause that I um, of not for me, but so for someone else. I had about a month ago, a little more than a month ago, and I haven't been live as much as I have wanted, but I promised to sort of promote this thing, and I have a couple times, but I want to just talk about it right now. Mike Wheeler, who is one of a good friend and he's one of my Gobble Squad moderators here on the channel. He's a good friend in real life. He is a former Disney cast member. He is he is visually impaired. Um, and as such, he relies on a lot of special technologies. One of those is the a smart cane, which is produced by a company called WeWalk. And Mike Wheeler is currently um, has a fundraiser going on GoFundMe, and and I just checked where he's at. His total goal is 1.1K, and right now he is at 85% of that. And so I have in my Linktree link, which is in the description of the stream. If you click on the Linktree, um, this GoFundMe is the very first link, and if you're not familiar with Mike Wheeler or his content, because he does have a YouTube channel, Mike's YouTube link is the second link on my Linktree. So if you would like to consider, if you would please consider um, supporting that, if you should so desire. If you want to go check out Mike's channel, if you want to read about the fundraiser first, that's why I have both those links in there. So I just want to shout that out for Mike. Mike's birthday is also in April, so I know to be able to reach his goal um, around, for his birthday would be just an um, amazing thing. So welcome in Gloria Thibodeau, Jason Thibodeau, and Disnoa. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining, everybody. So, where is that? Okay. So let me go ahead and let me get talking about what I need to talk about. So back on, this was all the way back in March. March the 27th was a Thursday. After a few weeks delay from being sick, I was able to finally get down to Disney. And I went to Disney Springs, and then I ended up going over to Coronado Springs from Disney Springs. I did a live stream. I have it, that streams on the channel. If you missed that, I strolled around Disney Springs for a little while. Michelle, welcome in, Michelle. Did I miss anyone? Okay. So yeah, after I streamed a little bit, I hopped on a bus, and I went over to Coronado Springs Resort, and this is the very first time that I'd been there in person. I'd seen some videos before, maybe one or two live streams, but I had never been over to Coronado Springs Resort, and so I went over there, and it's a really nice resort, and I definitely will be going back at some point in the future to visit and enjoy it and stroll around and spend more time. And so I enjoyed a nice stroll around. They've got water in the middle, there's fountains, they have a restaurant out in the middle. I think it's Three Bridges, something out there. But anyway, I walked all the way around the water part, and it's kind of a pathway it goes. There's and it's a nice walk. Curtis family, welcome in. Hello, Chris. Welcome in. So anyway, Disney does these things called character paloozas. Character paloozas are when they bring in on a special bus, they bring in these, or a van. I'll go with bus. They bring on a special bus a few characters um, just to kind of do a surprise meet and greet. And as it turned out, when I was finishing my walk around, coming back to the main building, um, there were characters there. So there was Pluto was there, Goofy, and Donald Duck. So those three characters, and I was able to get selfies with Donald Duck and Pluto. I did not with Goofy, but he was there. There were some other people around also getting pictures. And I've posted those on my social media. If you're not following me on Instagram, um, at Dean the Turkey Legster, Instagram, and it's been really cute selfies that I got with them. So that was definitely the highlight of my Coronado Springs visit. So pretty shortly after that, that meet and greet, I got on the bus and came back to Disney Springs, and I went to meet up with Jennifer Caruso, who was a friend, live streamer, friend anyway, but she's also one of my Gobble Squad moderators. Jennifer is at Disney right now, so I don't know if she's going to pop in, but anyway, Jennifer Caruso was streaming at Disney Springs, and so I went and um, joined her and strolled around with her on her live stream for a little bit. So if you were watching Jennifer, you may remember, you may have seen me a little cameo on her stream. And so we walked through World of Disney, shopping, looking at stuff, and looking at the merch. We went over to the Basin store where they have all the soaps you can try out. And then I headed out and I headed home, and I came home, and that's when I found out that I had hit 700 subscribers. So I had been looking to hit 700 subscribers for quite a while. I was in the 680s for a while, 690s. So Cargo, welcome in. Yes, happy birthday to me. Um, and so I hit 700 subscribers, and that's the next item is I hit 700 subscribers, and I've gotten a few more, a little above 700, but I'm so happy to have met that goal. And Amy, welcome in. AGC Magic TV, welcome in. So I want to thank you all for your support. I've said this several times, but I'm going to say it again because as a creator who streams, who posts content, I put together videos, I do shorts. Everyone that's watching that has a channel, Amy, Noah, you know what I'm talking about, to have people consume what you post, what you're putting up. It means everything to have people watch that and leave comments and everything. So as the creator, thank you so much for coming into my streams, watching my shorts, watching my videos when I premiere, and that's more random. But I try to be consistent with my evening streams because I know um, I've spoken with people before about or I've had the conversation with either Tina McNeil or Dawn Hitchhiking Bones about YouTube notifications not going out. So that's why I try, because the notifications may be wonky and not reliable. That's why I try to stick to my Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern and also Thursdays 9 p.m. Eastern as much as I can. if I'm not going to go live on one of those nights, I sort of have Saturday night as a backup. So if I'm not going Tuesday or Thursday, usually you could check the channel on a Saturday night. If you know that I've missed Tuesday or Thursday, just, look and see if I might be live on Saturday, because sometimes I use that as kind of my backup for either of my shows. But thank you so much. Thank you to my Gobble Squad moderators. Noah's one, Tina McNeil's one, Dawn Hitchhiking Bone is one. I mentioned Mike Wheeler, Jennifer Caruso, Jonathan Chung, Candy Mom, Cynthia, Candy Mom 15 is one for me. Zippity Doo Doug is one. Stacy Rogers. And the newest one, my newest, just since I hit 700, I have brought on as the latest member of the Gobble Squad, Dave Stragand, who is in a lot of the chats. He is a great moderator for many other channels, and so I reached out to Dave, and he was more than willing to come on to sort of be that extra wrench. And so with growth, speaking of which, there's Dave Stragan. So welcome to the Gobble Squad, Dave. Thank you for joining the team and keeping my chat and my channel gobbletastic and friendly and amazing. So then I hit 700 subscribers. That was March 27th. And then the next weekend, unfortunately, not only did this, what I'm going to talk about, happen, but I was started feeling just physically unwell over the weekend. I was having, I won't go into details, but I was intestinally compromised, we'll just say, unpleasant. And so that happened on Saturday. I wasn't feeling well, and then on Sunday, unfortunately, my grandma, age 92, passed away in the afternoon, and so and so that was a one of those surprise, not surprise things. We've known that she was, on the decline for a while, but it happens, and it's such a just such, it's just very, heartbreaking. But I'm including that on this a celebration stream, because while we do miss her, we love her, miss her greatly. I can speak for myself, is, I celebrate, her long life, and I was blessed to be one of her grandchildren. She had several children. She had 7 children, one of which was my mom, and then many grandchildren and great grandchildren. I don't even know the number on that. Thank you, Cargo. Julie McCowan, welcome in. So she had a beautiful life. She had a long life. She had a very even during the most recent years when she was declining, or she had, the dementia issues and everything. She always had a very bright and pleasant personality, and she was always pleased to see me, and I was never sure if she actually recognized me, but anyway, she had such a presence in my world, in my life. And so we mourn and we miss her, but her life definitely is um, something that I celebrate, um, because it was a good one. And I don't just say good to not say something fancier, but good. It was a good life, you know, and I mean that in the sincerest, best way. She lived a good life, a good full life, and I celebrate that um, very much. So the service is going to be held Friday, and up in Rhode Island. My grandma will be married next to my grandpa, who unfortunately I never met. He passed away before I was, old enough to meet him, unfortunately. But she will be laid to rest with him up in Rhode Island. And Debbie Burnfield, welcome in. Hello, hello, welcome in. So, so yeah, so miss you, Grandma. Love you so much. Um, and I would have I had reached out with a lot of invitations for friends to be on a stream last week, but I was still physically unwell on Tuesday, so I called off that stream. Tonight is kind of the consolation stream, from that. Just kind of talking about all these things. I am going to be reaching out to friends to come on April the 29th. I'll talk about that in a minute. But this past Saturday, not Saturday, Sunday, was my birthday. Had my birthday, um, and it was a good day. It was kind of quiet. We didn't do like an official party, but I did have um, several members of my family came over, and we did a takeout Chinese lunch on Sunday, and I didn't plan to do cake or ice cream or presents or anything, but we had a good lunch, and it was good to see, some of my siblings and nephews and niece, and so it was a good day. It was a good day. It was I enjoyed it, and then very much so. And that brings to today. I mean, yesterday, excuse me. Yesterday, yesterday I did a Beach and Bucky's Day. I've had this, but here's Bucky. Um, I went to New Smyrna Beach, to the Ponce Inlet, which I streamed a sunrise there a couple of weeks back, 2 or 3 weeks ago. Um, I did not stream yesterday, so if you're thinking you maybe missed a stream, I did not stream yesterday. I did just went and I enjoyed. I want to say at least an hour strolling along the water, enjoying fresh air, and just enjoying kind of a day after my birthday at the beach, and it was so relaxing. Um, oh, Tina, I hope that you feel better quickly. Very much so. Hopefully, I am helping your headache, not making it worse with my talking. Um, Jonathan, welcome in. Um, so after the beach, I headed. Oh, it's not quite a half-hour drive to the north, but I went up to Bucky's, which is a must visit if you're ever near one. If you ever have the opportunity to visit a Buc-ee's, you absolutely must. And I stopped by Buc-ee's. I got a couple of food items. And oh, I'm not hurting it. Thank you, Tina. I was worried. Um, so and I had a good day, and I was home by early afternoon, um, which is good because we actually had some rain come through um, that afternoon, evening. So I'm glad I missed that. And so that brings me to today. I'm doing this stream with you guys, and I'm so happy to be here. And that brings me to tomorrow. Tomorrow, and this is kind of channel news, I will be once again back down in Disney. I know for sure that I will be visiting the monorail resorts area near the Magic Kingdom. There is possibility that I will be doing something besides that. So keep your, as long as they work, notifications on, because there will be a live stream tomorrow. I have a live stream set up to watch Happily Ever After from the Disney's Polynesian Resort. That would be at 8:30 p.m. tomorrow if I do it. But because of what may happen tomorrow, I may actually be doing a live stream earlier, kind of in the midday hours, um, from somewhere else. So I'm not sure. But also, I may need to leave to come home and I may not be able to stay late. So there's some question marks on tomorrow, but I'm going to be streaming at sometime in the midday or or in the evening for the fireworks. So I'm not really sure when I'm going to be streaming. So the question mark that I have is I don't want to go into it a lot, but I've been toying with getting in a annual pass again, and I'm on the fence, and I don't know if it's going to happen. So I'll make that decision on probably while I'm driving. I'll make a decision whether I'm going to take the plunge and or make the jump and get the pass. Um, I've been considering it since Disney they changed the down payment, and with Florida residents are able, not only do they have all of the tiers of passes to choose from, but you can also, as a Florida resident, do payments. So and they changed the down payment and the thing, that whole plan, that whole system, a couple of months back, and I've been thinking about it since then. But the hesitation is that I don't really have a lot of an income, but what I do have, I think I can handle. I think I can, do the pass on the payments. So I'm tossing that up. I'm going back and forth on it. So whatever I decide, I will do. Najuma Brown, welcome in, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Welcome in. Yeah, layaway Disney or Disney on payments. Um, so anyway, if I get the pass, I will be able to go into Magic Kingdom, and that's where I would be streaming from. And it would probably just be about an hour strolling around looking at whatever. I'm going to be recording a video from the Liberty Bell, getting a video from there. Mark Langenkamp, welcome in. Welcome in. So we'll see. We will see. I just gotta really think about it really hard. Um, so that said, Thursday night, I do know for sure that I will be doing Once Upon a Turkey Leg. That will be back. That will be at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, as usual. So, um, yes, and I have the book I'm going to be reading. You all may or may not know there was a live action Peter Pan that came out. It's from, oh, I think it was Universal put it out, but they did a live action Peter Pan movie back in 2003, and I found the movie storybook a few months back, and so I'm looking forward to reading this version of Peter Pan. So besides Disney's classic, this is my favorite version of Peter Pan that I've ever seen. um, and I know there's several. There's musicals, there's several movies. Disney did a live action Peter Pan and Wendy a year or so ago. And that was okay, but this Peter Pan, um, I th I know that I have it on Google TV or Google Play, whatever. That was, I had to purchase. I don't know if there's a streaming service that you can watch this on. Um, but let me check. I have rescheduled this stream, or no, actually, the stream on Thursday. If I did it, there will be a link to a little clip on Thursday's stream. So if you go to that stream and you click on it and you go to the description, may have a YouTube a short video clip from the movie if you're not familiar with that. Julie, welcome in. Julie Gerbil, welcome in. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome in. And happy Tuesday. So that's all I really have to share with you guys. Yesterday my Beach and Bucky Day was a birthday celebration thing. Disney tomorrow, in whatever capacity it is, will be birthday celebration, and so yeah, so it's good. It's good time. So that's really all that I had planned to talk about. Um, I do want to go back to, oh, yeah, let me talk about in a couple of weeks, April the 29th. April the 29th is Tuesday. I'm again going to be reaching out to have folks on, to have friends on briefly. In May I'm gonna be celebrating 4 years on YouTube. So along with my 700 subscribers, May is the anniversary, and so I'm doing it right before May because I'm just gonna let you guys know I've got things going on in May where I may be missing some more streams. And so with that, I'm doing it actually right at the end of April, which is fine because I was at the beginning of the channel. I was still birthing the channel, even though I didn't officially start streaming until early May. But I'm celebrating a little early. Plus, it'll just be able to. So all that to say is that if I reached out to you, if I sent you a link, or if I, for last week, Where is it? April the 29th. My 4-year celebration with friends. April 29th. Will be reaching out to um, a lot of the same people that I reached out to for last week. If you're watching this and you want to come on, let me know via some private messaging platform that you have that we're connected on. Text, messaging, carrier pigeon, smoke signals. Um, Let me know, and I will send you out the link. I did send out the link to some friends, and I have one that is in the background. So let me go ahead and bring Dawn is on.
Hey.
Hello, Dawn
Happy
Hitchhiking
birthday.
Bone. Thank you. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Dave. Oh, listen, I brought our celebration whistle. You know,
Here we
this
go.
is this is from Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. It's a train whistle from that ride. It's how we celebrate things on Hitchhiker Chat. It has never been used outside of Hitchhiker Chat. So you are you are the first, Dane, for this to be used outside of Hitchhiker Chat. Here we go. Loud noise warning coming in
Loud
honor of
noise,
your
guys.
birthday.
Loud noise.
3, 2, 1. Here we go, Dane. There we go. Happy birthday, Dane.
Thank you. Oh, I got
Happy
whistled. I got the official Hitchhiking Bones
birthday. You
whistle
absolutely did.
here on Let's
Hey,
Talk
everybody.
Turkey.
Great to see you. Happy birthday, Dane. Happy birthday. Thanks for
Okay,
inviting us. Thanks for inviting me.
you're, you're welcome. Dave Stragan has a suggestion. For the 29th, eat 4 turkey legs to celebrate 4 years on YouTube. I may not do that on stream, but I could
Hey, Jason.
get 4 turkey legs and cook them and do like a vlog. Um,
You could. You could, right? Or
so
or maybe put together a compilation of pictures of you eating turkey
that's
legs.
true. That is
I
true.
know you have
And
several.
I need to put together a playlist, a YouTube
You
playlist.
do.
I have not done.
You do.
I
You're
just need to
absolutely
do that.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Absolutely.
Dave, their dogs love that whistle. Love it.
So sorry, Dave. Sorry. It's great to see everybody in
Yes.
the chat. Debbie, Jason, Noah. Hey, Noah. Amy, Dave. It's so great
So
to see
yeah,
you.
I sent out
Tina.
the
Hi.
I sent out the link to my Gobble Squad, of which Dawn is one of my original ones. I've probably told
Yeah.
the story right at the beginning of the channel. I did a test stream and I had no moderators, and at first it wasn't a problem, but then you were there. You and Tina were there, Dawn. You
We
saw
were.
the trolls and the clowns just came out of
It
the woodwork,
was.
and the chat was
Yeah.
crazy. And before long, I realized that I may need a couple of wrenches, and so
There you
I,
go.
I think that day I brought you and Tina on. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Directly after that, I brought Mike Wheeler and Stacy
Mm-hmm.
Rogers on. You guys were
Mm-hmm.
my original Gobble Squad.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then from there, I brought on, I'm trying to remember the order. I
Oh,
think Noah
great.
was number 5.
Mm-hmm. It
Jonathan
was.
Chong was
Yeah.
next. I brought Cynthia on, Candy Mom. Um,
Yeah.
who else? Jennifer Caruso, I think,
Yeah.
was in there,
Hi,
and then
Julie.
Zippity Doo Dug, and then of course Dave Stragan was the most recent of my Gobble Squad moderators, and I have it's just every 100 subscribers that I've hit, I've just been astounded that I've hit it. From the first 100, 200, 300, 400, 5, 6,
Mhm.
700.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna faint
Yeah.
when I hit 1,000. Um,
Well, it's I'll tell you, Dean, you're moving along. I mean, you're growing organically. You're doing so well. It's fantastic. You have Dan. You've always had a unique. Tina and I have discussed this before many times. You have a unique eye in the parks. Everybody does Disney a little bit differently. We all see different things. We all talk about different things. We all gravitate towards different things. Um, and you have probably the most unique eye for detail in the parks that of any vlogger that I know of, which is saying a lot because we know a lot of vloggers. So it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. It's been a pleasure to know you and get to know you. And uh, yeah, we've enjoyed it and appreciate you. We're honored to be part of the Gobble Squad and look forward to what's coming because you've got that
yeah,
1,000 coming up. Got that
I
1,000
do.
coming
And
up.
before I know
It's
it,
going to be
uh,
great.
yeah, and just to go back to my streaming in the parks is I'm a very laid back, easygoing guy. I've talked about on the channel several times how I don't do roller coasters. I don't do, fast rides. I don't do, um, I'm kind of a enjoy the ambiance, kind of a guy. I love the walking into the park and just
Hmm.
having the music. They have the speakers with the background music, the
Yes.
soundtracks. I love that.
Yeah.
I love just kind
Yeah.
of doing a relaxing, kind of the relaxing stroll through the
Hmm.
park.
Hmm.
Whereas, and I think I've kind of identified this recently, is that whereas a lot of the streamers kind of focus on like doing the park, I focus more
Sure.
on being in the park, being at the park, being in the park and just taking it in. And so that
Hmm.
people who may
Hmm.
come down to visit, they're busy doing the park, going to the rides, waiting for shows, making
Right.
reservations,
Right. Yeah.
they have groups of people, and so they don't have time to,
Yeah.
stop and watch the ducks, near the
Yeah.
castle, stop and,
Right.
look across the World Showcase Lagoon,
True.
take
True.
a stop and watch all the Skyliner buckets going in and out of the station
Yeah.
because there's a lot of cool designs on the Skyliner buckets.
Hmm.
Walking
Hmm.
around the Tree of Life at Animal Kingdom,
Yeah.
Disney Springs, hanging out,
Oh yeah.
looking across that pretty blue-green water. Some sometimes, I feel like it's easy to go to Disney and not be at Disney,
I
if
100%
that makes
agree.
sense. So that's what my focus is
Hmm.
when you doing Disney, just
Hmm.
taking it in, being at Disney.
Part of I agree 100%. I think a large part of that being, you know, a Texan, being from out of town. I'm not a local, and so I think a lot of the advantage to that, Dean, has to do with being an annual pass holder. That's something that has kind of changed the game for me, as you know. It's allowed me to slow down a little bit, to take the parks in a more leisurely way. Enjoy Mikey literally holds onto my coattails to when we're in the park together to slow me down. Slow down, Dawn. Enjoy it. Listen, take it in, and I appreciate that. He and Russ both. But the other piece to that is that you're local, Dean, and so you you view Disney through a different lens than,
Right.
than people. Not that, that people who, go in, on vacation with all their kids and it's crazy. You have done that with us before too. Is a bad thing, but it's just it's a totally different, people in the parks are having different experiences. We're all in the same park, but we're all actually having a different experience. We're hearing different things. We're seeing different things. We're smelling different things. Where we want to do different things. We're going in different directions. It's so I think that plays into it as well, and why YouTubers, uh, why different YouTubers, more YouTubers can go into the parks. It's not saturated. I hear people, sometimes will say, oh, well, there are too many YouTubers already. And so, nobody else needs to YouTube Disney. And for that reason, it's not true, because everybody does Disney differently. Everybody sees different things. And so anyway, yes, definitely Tina herding cats.
Yeah. And
So yeah,
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 and Dave makes a good point here. So many folks on their phones paying no
right.
attention to the Disney around them,
It's
and that's
true.
that's kind of because of Disney, with the app and how they've set up, the lightning lanes or
Hmm.
reservations, or the fact that you can, check in on the ride times, see,
Oh yeah,
and so that's a good
yeah,
point, and that's
yeah.
another, another factor in that people,
Oh,
just
huge,
because of how the
huge factor.
experience is,
Hey,
they
Mark.
may go to Disney, they may, do a lot of the rides and say, "Oh yeah, we did all the rides, we were in there." Um, but they may not have had the time or
Yes,
the
right.
luxury of walking in there, and I'm just thinking about, near the Crystal Palace, the bridge that goes
Mm.
over into Adventureland. When you look to the
Yeah.
left there, and you've got, the ducks in the water,
Hmm.
they may not have had the time to just stop and watch the
To see
ducks.
that
I might
exactly.
do that on a stream, and then people are like, "Oh, that's awesome! I didn't even know they had ducks when I was there." Um,
Yeah, it's true.
they might walk right through Liberty Square and not know that they
Hmm.
sell the turkey legs there. I may stop and stare at the sign. Um,
That's
by
that's
the
true.
way, that's one of the
Mark is
turkey
100%
legs.
right. Some people, about planning and what have you. It's a challenge, Mark. Um, it's a challenge, Mark, especially when you have kids. And Dane has been in the parks with me by myself. We've been, just Tina and I. We've been in with, Mike and Russ, with, just a few friends. And he's been in with with my whole family, my grandchildren. So it's a different ball game, right, Dean? I mean, depending on, you know, what you're, if you're concentrating on your grandchildren, or if you're just there and you're just enjoying the park with friends, or if you're there to live stream, or so, I it's a challenge, Mark, for me to put that phone down, you know, especially, especially if I'm thinking, oh, well, I don't have a live stream scheduled. Should I just do a pop up? It's a challenge to put that phone down and just enjoy the parks like we used to do, like before, before the app, it's hard, but I feel like it's a worthy endeavor. I really do. Yeah.
Yeah, this is another good comment. Dave says, try picking one detail and
Hmm.
look for it everywhere. I saw a story about someone who was writing a book about the light fixtures of Disney
Oh,
World, and now I'm amazed as I notice them now.
right.
So see, now I'm going to be looking at all the
Yeah.
pictures, and there's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
piggybacking on that. This is kind of a specific niche, but just a kind of an example of people that focus on a detail at Disney. Is there's an Instagram account that they kind of focused on the bathrooms at Walt Disney World. Just, the design and the architecture in
Mm-hmm.
the bathrooms. They don't
Mm-hmm.
p photograph people, just to clarify that. It's just when they're empty, and that they talk about this on their posts sometimes, that it's really hard to get pictures of this bathroom because there's always people in here. And
Mm-hmm.
there was a post, I think, within the last week that they did. It was one of the bathrooms. It's usually really popular, and they say, "Oh, we finally hit this when there was no people." But that's their focus. My focus is like
That's
just
yeah.
strolling through there and just having the view of Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but
I think so. Yeah.
yeah. So anyway,
Uh,
that's I've 2021 was, and we'll go into this. Again, I'm gonna be reaching out to friends to come on the um where was it? Here we go. April the
it's okay, Mark.
29th, 4 year celebration with friends. Um, again, let me know, guys. Gobble Squad, I'll be putting the link in our Instagram chat automatically for you all. But everyone else, reach out to me again because I don't want to assume that you do want to come on still, or you can. But April 29th, it'll be at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And it's going to be 4 year celebration. Probably some of the same, just conversation things, but maybe focusing on if we've met in person, talking about where we met, and um, you know,
Be
maybe
fun.
that angle, or how you found my channel, maybe from, because we all have our stories and how we've found channels and everything. But
Now, what is your actual YouTube anniversary day, and what's the actual date?
I'd have to look for sure. I know it's early May. It's in the
Right,
first couple of weeks of May,
right.
is when I kind of originally started. And you'll remember, Don, at the very beginning, was while I was in my little follow the happy identity thing. I called myself, discovered the follow the happy phrase. And I thought, for
It's a
some
great
reason,
phrase.
I thought it is, but I thought it would be a great replacement for turkey legster. So there was a couple of months. I don't know if you remember this. I actually
I do
changed
remember. I do
my
remember.
chat name. I was Follow the Happy when I officially started the channel, and then I just realized the world needs the turkey legster,
Oh,
and so with that, for the last couple of minutes.
there
Oh
you go.
no. Here we go.
Change
Um,
headgear.
you know, I finally came back to the turkey legster. But
And we're glad that you
so
did, thing.
Amy
But
says
yeah, I
I've
did. I
recorded,
remember that. I do remember that.
yeah, I've recorded the various fountains and waterfalls as relaxation. Exactly, yeah, they're very relaxing. The water.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, that's a good. I've watched a lot of those, Amy. They're really really nice.
but
And what a gift to the world. I agree, Mark. Oh,
Mark, this could be a rant. Donna, I know you've got a stream coming up in a couple of minutes here, but
I
really
do.
quickly,
I'll drop off here in a minute.
okay, the story with the turkey leg ears. As you see, Don has one of Disney's many mouse ears, many Mickey Mouse ears, that they sell. They come out with one each week or whatever. They
Too
have so
many.
many.
Too many.
Disney lacks really bad in the turkey leg merch department. So
True.
I didn't want mouse ears. I wanted turkey leg ears, and so I went looking. These are from Amazon. I want to say they were around $10, maybe not even that much. But so I ordered them, and
Yeah.
so I actually got two pairs of these around, which is good. But
Now
that's
we
the
do keep
story.
an
I needed
eye out.
turkey leg something.
And we do keep an eye out, Dean. We have found merch. They did a fantastic turkey leg T-shirt,
They did
and I think I sent that
one
one
shirt.
to you. And it's really a great design. And then on occasion, you can find, like right around Thanksgiving, you can find pins and things with the turkey legs. So we watch for
Yeah,
merch like that for you.
and I haven't ordered it, but I have seen a turkey leg shaped cookie cutter, which is
Yes.
looked a lot of fun. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I do
Mm-hmm.
need to, while we're talking about turkey leg things, Disney did put out, they used to do all the Wishables a few years back.
Yes.
They put out a
Yeah.
turkey leg Wishable, and I wasn't quite, turkey leg store had not quite materialized
Yeah.
at
Had
that
not
point.
come into your own,
Right, I hadn't
come into
titled
your own,
myself
found
that.
yourself. You hadn't
Yeah, I
quite
hadn't
found
found
yourself.
myself. I hadn't become
Yeah.
myself, really.
Right.
Well, anyway,
There was an
Cynthia
evolution. It was a
can't, yeah,
process.
the evolution had not evoluted that far.
Right.
Um, um, so
Okay.
Cynthia, Candy Mom
We'll go with that.
15, messaged me at a whenever she did. I forget when she did. Said, Dean, I've got the turkey leg Wishable. Would I have it? Do you want
Yeah.
it? And I said, "Oh, absolutely. I would love it." So she sent it
Yeah.
to me. That I don't
Oh,
have
how
it in
sweet.
here. It's in the other room, but that's the one and only Wishable that I actually own. I didn't
Oh,
get on
wow.
the
Yeah.
Wishable bandwagon
Yeah.
at all, except for that.
Yeah.
So, and it's really cute. But
Nice. Well, if you're
anyway,
going to have one, then that's the one to have.
might as well
So,
have that one.
with that, Dane, I'm going to hop off here. My stream starts at 9:15. I moved it out. It normally starts at 9
Okay.
o'clock. I moved it out a little bit to put it at 9:15. But I look forward to now. I will actually be in the parks on the 29th. So I may join the chat from a park somewhere. But I will be at Walt
This
Disney
will
World
be
on the
April
29th.
29th, though. It's April
Yes. Oh
29th?
no, no, May. I'll be there in
Oh,
May,
May.
so
Okay.
we're good. We're good. We're good. It's been
Yeah.
one of those days.
And no worries.
I'm going about 50 different directions today. But anyway, thank you. Thanks for
Yeah,
having me
thanks for
on, and
popping
happy
on. Yeah, thanks for
birthday. Yeah,
popping on. And
it's fun.
yeah. Um,
It's fun. Yeah, 10:15 Eastern. Thank
yeah,
you, Tina.
10:15. But again, guys,
9:15 Central, 10:15 Eastern.
April
Thank you.
29th in just 2 or 3 weeks. I don't 3
Yeah,
weeks. 3 weeks from
right,
today
right.
is well, I will be it's 4 years. Please reach out to me
You're fine.
if you're not
Hey,
a
Jersey girl.
if you don't have a wrench or private message, whatever whatever platform that you have, and I will send you the link to come
Mhm.
on.
Yeah,
But
they can
anyway,
email at theturkeylegster@gmail.com.
which I need to check that email address. I never
Mm-hmm.
check it. So that's the email address. I'm
Mm-hmm.
really bad with that. I need to probably set an alarm or something. But that's the email address. And yeah. So anyway, I
Okay.
that's so. Thanks, Don. Thanks again.
Okay. Thank
Um,
you,
and the
Jane.
hitchhiking bones.
We're excited. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And bye. And so that was Don, the Hitchhiking Bones. They will be Hitchhiking Bones will be on 10:15 Eastern, 9:15 Central Time for uh, Jersey Girl. Hello, welcome in. Hitchhiker Chat tonight. And speaking of like parks, they're doing a parks series, Play in the Parks. Really good series. They kind of kicked that off with an overview last week, so go check them out. One of my moderators, since I have so many lovely ones, you can get that hitchhiker chat link, um, and pop it in the chat here while I'm finishing up. So, Jersey Girl, that was Dawn. The channel name is the Hitchhiking Bones. And if you'll hang on a second, I think one of my moderators is working on grabbing the channel link. Something I'm looking at doing is replacing or putting back on the homepage of my YouTube channel, Friends of the Turkey Legster, featuring 10 or maybe a dozen uh, friends that I know that have channels. So I'll be able to refer you to that. I'll probably work on that over the weekend. Right here. Thank you, Noah. Hitchhiking Bones after this stream, just a few minutes. But guys, um, as far as my channel and this stream, thank you guys so much for being here, everyone live. Thank you so much. My Gobble Squad moderators, thank you so much. Whether you are a new subscriber or have been with me for a long time, thank you so much. Again, it means the world to me as a creator to have people here watching me, chatting, consuming the content. So I appreciate it, and I look forward to many more great times on the channel and meeting many more friends, spending much more time with you guys, and yeah. And so with that, guys, have a gobbletastic evening. Take care, and we'll meet again before you know it. So thanks again, guys, and good night.